So wonderful. I'm just having bullshit on YouTube today. I have to pick. Oh, damn. Oh, Jesus. Mary and Joseph. Please, Mary and Joseph. I'm not sure I can take the excitement anymore. So much crap. And there are so many real life problems that are more important. So much more important things in the world are going on. Life fun. That's lovely. The Eli can. Yep, perfect. Now we have a banner. Now we are perfect. Yep, Eli can suck it, fun. Perfect. Who thought you could get a better title? Not me. So, we're just going to wait for some people because I know so much has gone on today, but unfortunately, up until a minute ago, I've had a life. Coach Damas is currently on Lewis's Fuller's channel, apparently, wrecking that channel some more because that's what he does. He hasn't wrecked enough people's channels. Now he's got to completely obliterate Lewis's. I believe everybody is banned from there. I believe everybody is banned. That I know of. To be fair, I think everyone is banned from every place that Eli is a part of. I don't think there's anyone left, if I'm honest, that hasn't been banned. I don't believe I'm banned, although I did tell him to suck a dick at the end of the one, so it's possible that I'm banned. Apparently, this is interviewing Coach Eli. I failed to see the interviewing part, and I did watch a part of his thing, and I have been going through it. And I don't see the coaching. Apparently, it was interviewing Coach Eli, but I don't know if anybody else watched that. I literally watched like 10 minutes of it and found that basically the interview was Coach Eli talking about us and not really talking about coaching. Amazingly, you might have actually seen that he didn't actually talk about coaching at all. All he did was talk about us and RJ and everybody else. And then apparently everyone was banned in the chat and all the wrenches were took. He's like a cancer on YouTube. It's like having cancer. He's like a tumor you just want to cut out. It might be me, but it is unbelievable. I don't know. Just the whole shit show of the last 24 hours. In a nutshell, it went from in a nutshell. in a nutshell, it went from last night he had a conversation with RJ on RJ's stream. Before that, RJ had been on Riley's stream slagging RJ off. Then Eli had messaged RJ behind the scenes, and then RJ had decided to let Eli on a stream, which is probably the worst thing he could do because Eli's side will always be different and negative. And then he let Eli on, and all the stuff he was saying was basically pointless because he wouldn't really talk about anything. He didn't want to talk about any subject that would indict him in a bad way or show him in a bad light. He was trying to come off as like perfect. He basically deferred questions and wouldn't answer them, which is Coach Eli's life coaching tactic, so that if you don't bring up a subject, it never happened. And if you didn't talk about it, this situation never occurred. Like it's some get out of trouble clause. If you don't mention it, it didn't happen. If you don't bring it up, the situation that happened is irrelevant, kind of thing. And then he did another stream today, and Coach Eli got on it again because, you know, he has no life and he's perfectly available all the time. And then he had Coach J Rum on there, who said a couple of home truths to Eli and tried to get some kind of apology or something out of him, and he just wasn't getting it. Eli just wasn't getting what the idea of the stream was. If he'd have had any sense at that point in time, he would have come out and held his hands up and been accountable for everything he'd done on RJ's stream and come out with that he was sorry for everything he did to Anna when she was with JB. He'd apologized for everything and manned up, and he did none of that. He didn't do any of it. Of course he didn't. Why would he? Does he want to come off as less of a man by apologizing? Does it make him weak by apologizing? Or is it more brave of him to stand up and say, look, I was a complete douche, and hold his hands up and be accountable for it? And then I have an issue with RJ being RJ. Seems like I've missed a lot. Oh, you know, Gordo. You probably know half of it anyway, Gordo. From what I can gather, RJ is still a flip-flopper. No doubt about that. I stand by that. But he, if you didn't know, RJ live streamed earlier and Eli and Coach J Ram went on there. And Coach J Ram tried to call Eli on the shit he'd done. And basically, Eli wouldn't basically answer any questions. He wasn't interested in apologizing. He wasn't interested in talking about the past. He basically came up there and basically didn't want to talk. Basically, if it's in the past, he didn't want to talk about it. He didn't want to bring up situations that had happened. He basically didn't want to discuss anything that had gone on the last 3 years. But get this, once he came off RJ's stream, he went to stream himself and just talked about it all. He talked about Coach, he talked about RJ on there. He said that we were manipulating RJ. And that because of his autism, we were easily manipulating him. We were filling RJ's mind with hate towards Eli. And that basically, if RJ basically rubbed 2 brain cells together, he would see exactly what we're like. And he would go to Eli and join his band of merry dickheads. Basically, we're brainwashing RJ. And if RJ had any sense, he would go. Now, I think RJ's a flip-flopper anyway. I think he goes between the two of us. I think he always has done, and I think he always will. And I said this yesterday, and I've said it in Discord, and I stand by everything I've said. And now, right now, or 2 hours ago, Eli was on Lewis Fuller's channel. Apparently, the stream was called Interviewing Coach Eli. Basically, that stream was everybody had their wrenches taken away apart from Eli. Nobody was allowed to comment in the chat because everyone that did comment was banned. I can't remember who else was banned. Someone messaged me saying they were banned from chatting in it, and actually messaged me saying, guess what, I managed to get banned again. So no one was allowed to talk over there. And then all the wrenches that Lewis had given out over the previous 2-3 streams, or however long he's had his channel, Eli had them taken away, I believe, and that Eli was currently the only one with a wrench. And then he proceeded just to talk bad about us. Hey Gemma. Apparently Eli has stooped to a new low. RJ, as you may have heard, has been talking to Coach Eli. And apparently we are brainwashing RJ, Gemma, and we are basically manipulating him because he has autism, and we're using that as a crux to get RJ to side with us. But yeah, apparently it's all about control and power. Yeah, he is so fixated on just controlling everything. But yeah, today we are running the Eli Can Suck It Fund. Yesterday we raised £100. Thank you to you, Gemma, and Sharpshooter, for donating to my son's birthday. I'm going to order his controller tonight. He's currently picking the color of the controller he wants. So thank you to you two, and J-Rom and Anna, for donating. And then today, if you want to donate, it's called the Suck It Eli Fund, and this is going to food for myself, because I've just got a big bill that I can't pay and loads of other drama. So if you feel the need to rub it in Eli's face by donating as little as £1, please feel free, because you know how much Eli hates other people getting donations. If anything's going to rile Eli up, it's someone making money off his misery. And everyone knows that we love Coach Eli being miserable, do we not? But today, Eli has stooped to a new low, should we say. To say that somebody who's autistic is being brainwashed, like they don't have their own mind, that they can't make their own decisions, is totally like, I just don't get him. I just don't get where Eli hasn't researched autism, and basically it's just making so much crap up. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not the biggest fan of RJ, and I probably never will be. And that is my own personal choice on that one. But to say that we are brainwashing someone with autism to make them think and do like we say, like he's some kind of robot or some kind of toy, and that we can basically pull him around to get him to say and do whatever we like some kind of puppet. I mean, are you seriously gonna say stuff like that to people? Like, what exactly do you have to back this up exactly? What are you backing up this theory with? I would never admit that RJ will just don't make my own decisions. You can't see how I'm manipulating and brainwashing RJ when I don't even talk. Yeah, apparently we're brainwashing RJ behind the scenes. Apparently we're filling his head with stuff. I don't know. Yeah, apparently we are brainwashing people. All those years ago when Jamie supposedly stole me, he was meant to have been brainwashing me. And now we're saying that RJ's being brainwashed as well. Like, you can't brainwash people with autism. Autistic people can make their own decisions. We don't go around sneaking behind people's back and feeding them information and corrupting them. Hey, Kool-Aid Jimmy and stuff like that. They're just stupid. To believe that we would stoop to such a level to manipulate someone with autism. When I have an autistic son, it's offensive. I need my brainwashing. Hello, Gemma. Hey, Ian. But yeah, brainwashing people, it's not my style. If RJ wants to support Coach Eli, he will do it off his own back. If he doesn't want to support him, he will do it off his own back. I am not in charge of RJ. I am not influencing RJ. If anything, I'm not a big fan of RJ. But aside from that, I'm not going to sit here and have someone tell me that someone with Asperger's or autism or a blind YouTuber could be easily manipulated just because Eli needs a theory on why RJ would be against him. It couldn't be the fact that RJ maybe doesn't like Eli's content, doesn't like him as a person. It has to be fact that he's autistic and that we've brainwashed him. It can't be that he just chose on his own to believe that Eli is a complete dick off his own back with no influence from anybody else. Is that possible? I mean, people are hated all over the world. It doesn't mean people are systematically going around and brainwashing people. You know, RJ isn't in any of our service. He's not even in our discords. If we were brainwashing him and we wanted to corrupt RJ, he would be in our discords. We would be sitting there day and night, filling this guy's head with stuff to try and manipulate him or swing the conversation. We're not even talking to him behind the scenes. I've never spoken to RJ behind the scenes, and I wouldn't speak to people behind the scenes and manipulate them. That is some low ass shit that he's stooping to find a reason. I've always wanted to try Kool-Aid. Yeah, I don't live in America, and I don't think they do Kool-Aid in the UK. But I cannot believe that some people in this world have to stoop to such a level to believe that we are that insistent on having every person on a platform hate Eli that we would manipulate somebody for that effect. Like, sometimes you have to sit there and think, how crazy does that sound? So out of our day, we have time to manipulate somebody. You know, you help me, Roman, you always have and continue to help me. Exactly, Gemma. We're not sitting there behind the scenes messaging RJ saying, look, Eli's a complete douche. You need to do a live stream on him. You need to bash him. You need to go after him. Like I've said, no one really talks to RJ behind the scenes. It's not in our discords. We're not sitting there corrupting his mind against Eli. If RJ wants to hate Eli, he will do it off his own back. If he wants to join Eli, then full well, good luck to him, because he'll need it. Yo, Trash Picture Show. But yeah, some of us have work to do. Gorda, I have been on the phone for 3 hours today. I've had an appointment that I had to make at 3. I've got some bad news today, which I'm keeping to myself. My day has gone from perfectly fine to a shit show all in the course of a day. RJ is a lone wolf and a lone flip-flopping wolf. Yeah, I've said before that RJ is a flip-flopper, and I wholly believe that the content he does was to grab. He knew if he went on Riley's stream, it would grab Eli's attention. And then Eli started messaging RJ behind the scenes by email. He's the one messaging RJ by email. And then he magically was free to go on RJ's stream. Now, get me if I'm wrong, but doesn't that sound like corruption between the two of them? YouTubing has escaped for a few hours. Exactly, Gordon. Gordo. And more important things to focus. Exactly. Can someone what's brutal about RJ? Can someone what's? You mean what's brutal about RJ? Yeah, RJ is. See, I don't personally trust RJ. I've told a few people of this now, and he will go to Eli eventually. Eli is going to message him and call him and email him like he did when he went on Riley's stream. As soon as he went on Riley's stream, Eli was already sitting there typing out this email to RJ. He already had it in the pipeline that he needed to get RJ on his side. So he messaged him and managed to get onto his stream. And then he managed to get onto his stream today. 2-year-old, bald, non-married, no kids, living in his mum's basement. And he basically preaches to people the gospel of how to be a life coach. And that he can basically fix your problems and that he's this wonderful man. And really, he's just manipulative and then he just stabs you in the back, basically, sharpshooter. He's a horrible person. He gives terrible advice. He's a horrible person. He has a horrible attitude. He has this narcissistic God complex, sharpshooter. That's what he has. A narcissistic God complex. My dog got it wet and has been playing up ever since. Oh, but your Poochie's so cute. We'll let that go. The Poochie's cute. I think if the dog is cute, you can let that go. Oh, poor Poochie. But yeah, you don't want to know him, sharpshooter. He's an epitome of what should be allowed on YouTube. He's not a life coach, although he claims to be. He claims he's helped loads of people. He's never helped anybody. He claims to be a good person. Evidence to the contrary. He claims that he's helped people, but we've never actually seen any of this at all. The pooch is a pain in my ass. Well, kids, dogs, you will choose to have them. Unfortunately, you can't have to deal with it, Gordo. You chose the Poochie. You know, it sucks. Sharpshooter went after me several times in the past. Yeah, me and Gemma have been through the ring with Coach Eli for the last 3 years. He's totally a person you wouldn't want to aspire to having as a friend, because the minute your back is turned, he's conspiring and stabbing you in the back quite clearly. He's always planning something and plotting and scheming, and it's really sad. The amount of time he puts into this, he saw he was on Riley's stream, so he started emailing RJ, and then he probably badgered him to let him on his live stream. And then he let him on this morning, and he's just a horrible bloke. Just a horrible bloke. And unfortunately, he has a small crowd of people, maybe 3. He's got Lewis Fuller, he's got American Dream, and probably Muttnuts is still over there. Queen Helen Casey left, or Moonchild, whatever she'd like to be called now. She got pissed off with Eli and basically left, and you can't blame her. He was right horrible to her recently, and I'm glad she's left. But if you try and talk in his chat, you won't be able to, because 90% of his following is banned. That's how you grow a YouTube channel. I've always said this. If you're not open to conversation in your chat box, how are you going to get people to want to join in, want to participate in your streams or listen if they can't voice their own opinions? It's like having a one-sided conversation or banging your head against a brick wall. You're literally repeating your message over and over, but no one's allowed to comment, which is where Eli's failing is, because if you don't let people attempt to join in with your conversation and try to be part of your community, they're going to leave. No one's going to sit there and watch you if they can't comment, Eli. We all warned her about him the same as we warned Gemma. PF Wang, hello. Good afternoon or good evening. It is evening here. It is 7 o'clock in the evening here in the UK. Today we are calling this the Suck It to Eli Fund, because he hates people that gets donations. He has this kind of butthurtness that when you donate to somebody else, you are hurting him. I know. It's terrible to think that he could be so butthurt by such a tiny little thing. I'm sure me getting some money yesterday hit him right in the rattlers. But yeah, YouTube is full of drama nowadays, and most of it is around Eli, and most of it is by his own making. Most of it is by his own making. The thing is with Eli, he's so convincing, he draws people in. Yeah, his bullshit is good. He can spin a situation, a conversation to his own advantage. The problem is the people like me and Gordo and Gemma and everyone else can see through it. But for some people, it takes time. They draw you in with these promises, and then basically, once you're hooked, you'll find that you can't really get away from him. He's like a cancer. Even when you get rid of him and you decide not to watch his channel anymore, he'll message you, he'll talk about you, he'll follow you around YouTube, trying to get you back or bashing you to other people who are willing to listen. And even when you get rid of Coach Eli, you don't get rid of him. Even if you leave his band of merry losers, you still end up back there in some way, even if it's just him talking about you. He doesn't technically let things go. You are technically around all the time. I saw through him after 2 minutes of listening to him on Keith's stream that time. Yeah, he has this way of trying to manipulate a conversation or a situation to his own benefit. And some people will go with it and some people don't. What I don't like about Eli is he uses other people to do his dirty work. Yeah, he's basically spineless when it comes to having a backbone. If you want something doing, people always say, well, the best person to do it is yourself. That would be true if you were willing to accept the consequences of what you were doing. But when Eli is involved, he's dishing out the orders to everybody else. And when the consequences fall, they're not falling on him. He has a scapegoat or somebody else to blame, and he can hold his hands up and say, I had no part in this, which is what he's done for the last 3 years. He's always had some other person to be the fall boy, someone else he can blame to say he did something. Eli doesn't do wrong, apparently. He is the perpetual victim. Yeah, he can think what he like. He's the perpetual moron as well. Maximum Lapria, I'm going to give you one opportunity to join in the conversation, but if you're here to just support Eli, then really you're talking to the wrong person. Eli is not a victim. Eli is the maker of his own drama. And when he gets victimized, he plays the innocent card. And Eli is not innocent. He's done a lot of bad things to a lot of bad people, and there's evidence all over the shop. He Lamo, I aren't anti-Eli, trust me. You're the doctor. Are you the doctor he talks about all the time? This so-called doctor that's stalking him and ruining his life. Is that you? Are you that guy? I was sarcastic. Ah, so are you the doctor he talks about then? Are you the one that's following him and threatening him and doing all this weird stuff to him? He claims this doctor following him around, and for your information, I'm not a doctor. You're trying to ruin his life. Well, good for you. I think we all are. Trimmy Nobles. Trimmy Nobles. Oh, you are? Well, welcome to my channel, Maximum. Yeah, you seem to be a feature in his conversations every minute of every day. You must feel so special to be his topic of every conversation. And you're not Trim. No, everyone, you are 101 people, my friend. You're the doctor when you're not a doctor, you're Trim. You're basically everyone on the planet. Everyone in Eli's chat is apparently you. It's amazing how many places you can be at once, apparently, and you apparently follow him, and you're trying to ruin his life. He bullied me when I supported, so fuck him. Exactly. Yeah. This is no hate campaign against Eli. It's just that he just doesn't make the situation any better for himself. He tried today by going on Ardre's stream. He tried to talk to Coach Riley. He tried to make himself out to be Coach J-Rom. He tried to make himself look to be good. Stop supporting Eli, Maximum. Hey, Brutal Mafia. He's insane and I want him to pay. Lamo, he is a human being. He may be a human being, but he's a very low, warped human being. Good afternoon, Brutal. Like I said, he may be human, but he doesn't act like it with his backstabbing and his complete lack of humanity when it comes to people. Saying that we brainwash people with autism, telling us that we're out there manipulating people, that we are trying to brainwash everyone he comes into contact with. Yeah, I know you were being funny. I've had a long day. I'm being sarcastic, by the way. So is Maximum. He hates Eli as well. Yeah, I get that. He's a snake. He deserves what he gets. Exactly. I've always believed that Eli deserved everything he got. And he brings it on himself. I don't know about you boys, but Eli has always deserved what he's been given. I've never said anything about him that wasn't true. I do my research, I keep an ear to the ground, and I listen for stuff. If he wants to say different, that's entirely up to him. But when you don't have the evidence to back it up, Eli, it kind of falls on deaf ears. When you say I'm a wonderful man and I've helped people, there's no one to show for it. And if you're talking about helping American Dream, then you probably need therapy yourself, because American Dream is way. Eli has a trust fund, girly man. If Eli had hair, he would go to a salon. You reap what you sow. Exactly, Gordon. Yeah, Eli is getting nothing that he didn't set out to achieve in the first place. When he had his old channel and he had Jamie and Joe Buddy and all that after him back then, and they drove him off YouTube, so he claims, and he left. He claimed that when he did his videos on Facebook that he was going to come back with new content and a new thing, and this whole kind of lobotomy was going to happen, and he was going to be this whole new person. And for the first couple of weeks, Eli had slightly changed. He didn't mention them. He was doing his own content, and he went back to just being a normal person as such. And then he started going after JB again. He started going after Jamie. And then he complained because he was getting all this attention and that he was basically being bullied again. So basically, if you taunt somebody, you get what you deserve. I'll leave Eli alone as he bikes down on a curve and makes his peace with God. Exactly, Brutal. He's done a lot of shit to people. A Cardiff smile. Oh, I don't know what that means. His new content was more hate and less affable goofball. Yeah, good evening, Joe Buddy. He likes to mention you quite a lot as well, Joe. I mean, you boys, amazingly, for him being a woman's man, as he calls it, he doesn't have to talk about men quite a lot. If it isn't Riley and Joe and RJ and JB and everybody else, he's very obsessed with men, I must say. Not very often he picks a fight with a woman because he'd probably lose. That's probably why. You know, if he picked a fight with a woman, he'd have trouble winning. Because he sees himself as this alpha male. Good evening, Coach J. Rom. I was saying about the whole RJ Eli thing and my own personal opinion on RJ. I still feel the same. Nothing changed this afternoon on either of the live streams. I didn't change my opinion at all on either of them. Eli's not convinced me that he's a wonderful man and a coach, and RJ, no, I'm on the fence with RJ and will always be on the fence. Some people insist he's a closet homo. I'm not so sure. See, I'm not sure about that either. I think he is heterosexual, but I honestly think he repels women. I think he has some kind of god complex that's just unattractive. The kind of narcissistic. You want the link, Coach? Okay. Link. You love coming on my stream. To be fair, I like having people. Because some of the crap, I just can't take this anymore. He likes to offer his girlfriends to random ethnic men. No one's ever gonna let that go, are they? No one's ever gonna let that go. Let's be honest. He is always gonna be the guy that let his girl go. RJ has been and has always been a flip-flop. Oh, of course he has. RJ is attention seeking. Hang on. I'll bring you in a sec. Hang on. Let me just remove that. So we don't get Coach Dork a lot in here. On myself. Right. Should be in now. Are you there?
Yeah.
Perfect. There we
Yeah.
go.
Did you catch that conversation I had with Eli this morning?
I did. I was. I've caught bits and pieces, and I've tried to catch up. And from what I can gather, it's just Eli just being the same old.
Yeah. I had an agenda, and I did a video on it. Guilt by association is a very real thing, and if I could get him to apologize and admit that he was part of any of that fuckery, then that means he was part of all of it. And he's never admitted to any of that. He's always said it wasn't me, it was them. It wasn't me, it was them. And I simply wanted to converse with him and get him to apologize, and I did. He ended up doing his live stream after that conversation this morning, where he did say, I'm sorry for any part I played in that, which means he admitted to a part of it, of having something to do with it, which means he's just as guilty as everyone else in all of it. He may not ever say that, but us intelligent people can decipher exactly that. So but I've read Eli and I've studied Eli now for 3 years, and yelling and screaming at him, cussing at him, calling him names is not the way to converse with him and get any kind of a point across. You have to handle him with kid gloves.
Yeah.
You're not going to manipulate him by force. If anything, he will shut down, and you won't get any points across at all. So I just walked in the room and handled him with kid gloves.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Eli,
I
you know, I don't
I got
know.
exactly what I wanted. So
Yeah. You play Eli at his own game. It's a good way of doing it because he doesn't really. He's got this whole complex of that we all, want to be friends with him and we could just all be nice to each other like some, happy little family. He's got some kind of delusion that, he can come on a panel and just sweet talk everyone and be like, oh, well, we should just be friends, we'll all hang out together. It's like, it's not going to happen, Eli. Sorry, but barking up the wrong
well,
tree, my friend.
the only way to handle a manipulator is with manipulation.
Yeah.
So, when you're handling a narcissistic manipulator, you have to handle them with kid gloves. Especially since he's such the baby deer. You don't want to go up and scare him. You got to approach him in a gentler way.
See, the problem I had is he spoke to you and RJ on RJ's stream, and then he came off and he did his own stream, and then he was bashing RJ on there. He literally acted like a nice person for like 5 minutes. It was like, well, we'll talk about this like, proper human beings. And then he did his own stream where he was saying we were manipulating RJ and basically brainwashing him and turning him against him again and doing this whole everyone hates Eli because we make them.
Now, my opinion of RJ, and this is not something that I'm trying to hide, and I hope RJ's listening. If not, I'll be glad to tell RJ himself. I'm not one that speaks bad upon someone behind their back if I won't say it to their face, and I'll say it to his face. I'm still iffy on RJ. I've been through his 3 or 4 or 5 flip flops, and
Yeah.
I'm still leery. I mean,
I did put it in the Discord to a few select people. I actually did put it in there saying that I had an issue with RJ and that I was
like
suspicious of what to chat about with him or what to say
I
in the
don't
chat
hate.
because
Yeah, I don't hate RJ
it's not
as a
hating
person.
him. It's just
It's a mistrust.
yeah, it's just that he went on Riley's and he was bashing Eli, and then Eli was messaging him behind the scenes and emailing him, and then he's like, sure, come on and talk to me, Eli, I've got no problems with you. And it's like, are you serious? And then you talk to him, and then Eli did his own stream bashing him.
Well,
Eli's basically the same. He's like two different people. He's trying to be a friend 1 minute and then stabbing you in the back the next, after he was being nice to RJ.
right.
Now we're brainwashing him. It's the same cycle that goes round and round with them two.
Anna made a very good point in the chat room. I actually did a video on this.
Why is my phone?
I believe Eli is a member of the BDSM community, or at least a facet thereof, called Daddy Dom little girls. But you can also flip that around to little boys. I think Eli is a little. He's into plush, like on his Facebook he's linked plush toys, and he's actually done streams in the past on, and has stuffed animals in the background, which he said was his then girlfriends. But I think RJ's a little, and with littles you have to coddle littles. You can't be obnoxious and loud with a little personality at all, simply because they shut down, they go into hiding. They're just as mentally at the moment, they are little kids. You have to treat them like kids. And she's absolutely right. Eli's a little. He needs to be coddled, and you can't raise your voice to him or he shuts down and gets scared. She made a valid point, and that just furthers my belief that he is a little.
Yeah. Thank you, Joe, for the £5, my friend, to the Suck It Eli Fund, because I know Eli's watching because he doesn't have anything better to do than go from stream to stream, because if he didn't, he wouldn't have content for his channel tonight. I honestly feel that we only accept RJ right now because we know that the only person Eli will get on a panel with, he's literally the link to talking to that POS, because we all get banned at Eli's. Yeah, I heard he banned everyone in Lewis Fuller's chat earlier as well.
No, he didn't.
Took all their
Well,
wrenches away as well, apparently.
that was a couple days ago. He's banning all of us. But today, somebody, and I don't know who. I have a good suspicion as to who, simply by some of the comments that were made. But somebody hijacked a wrench, went in with a fake channel because Eli said on his stream, Lewis says go in early before he starts, he'll give you a wrench. Somebody went in with a fake American Dream account and got a wrench, and then they were changing their name. They were hijacking not hijacking, but cloning other accounts. And like Eli's like, we're gonna find you and we're gonna get that wrench back, blah 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 blah. And they typed in under some sock account name, you're never gonna catch me, Eli, WELI for life. And I mean, so like they were hammered full of account.
Well, now, I unfortunately missed all 2 hours. But I heard the wrenches were going left, right, and center. Eli was the only one left with one. And it was like, oh, this has gone crazy and this stuff needs to stop. It's like, well, you're not helping the situation, Eli. As I've always said, you make the bed you lie in. He made the situation and he's taking it to everyone else's streams. I mean, look at Paul Lewis.
Well, and I actually commented that in Lewis's chat today. I said, this is what happens when you work with Eli. You get a target put on your channel. You know, I was just making a valid statement. Like, I wasn't attacking anyone. I just made a valid statement. When you accept that this dude on your channel, this is what you're going to get, because, you know, he's not liked. He's very well hated, as a matter of fact.
We're this little hate group that apparently has no time for anything else apart from destroying this guy's life. You know, he claimed, what was it he said? He said on Lewis's that I'm a relationship coach and I'm just trying to make a brand. Well, I don't see it. I don't see the relationship coaching. I don't see any coaching. The interview was meant to have been interviewing Coach Eli, but I don't remember seeing Lewis talk very much.
Well, no, because Lewis was backed out because Lewis, from what I gather, does this on his phone, and he has to back out of StreamYards to go to YouTube to actually mod people and everything else. And he was, you know, spending more time trying to figure out who the rogue mod was to stop them than he was looking, you know, on his own chat or even interviewing Eli. So I didn't catch the whole 2 hours. I missed quite a bit of it, actually, but from what I gather watching the last 5 minutes of the stream, this was still going on. So 2 hours and I think 14 minutes was the stream length after Lewis stopped the stream, and it was still going on that late into the stream. So whoever the rogue mod was doing a great job of hiding themselves.
He did keep claiming that it was the doctor destroying his stream and he's destroying his life and trying to get some sympathy, I guess, from the chat. He was saying the doctor was in here and it was probably him doing it. And this doctor is amazing because he seems to be everywhere that Eli is and destroying him, and it's always him. Like, he just needs to let it go sometimes. There's more than one person that hates you out there, Eli.
Oh, hey, Raleigh. Sorry, I'm driving, so I can't really stare at the chat.
Exactly, Gordo. Exactly. See, that's why we kind of protect ourselves with wrenches, because if, you know, Eli says, well, everyone has a wrench. Why would you wrench everybody? Well, for protection, obviously. You give
this way you're not taking any of our friends off.
You give wrenches to people you trust. You know, Eli will say, well, you've been to our chat twice, let's give you a wrench. And then he wonders why it all blows up in his face.
Well, here's your options. You know, like, me and Anna are new to streaming. Like, I just started streaming, a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. I mean, I'd never done a live stream a day in my life. I'd been on a couple panels, but I'd never done an actual live stream a day in my life. And I figure it this way. It's better to have all wrenches than no wrenches and have to do it myself. I don't have time. You know, you're doing a stream right now. It's kind of hard to maintain the chat, maintain a conversation with a panel, especially when you get 5 or 6 people up there. And It's just easier to give everyone a wrench, and then no one can mess with anybody.
Mm.
And I don't have to deal with mod in the chat if trolls do come in. Y'all can handle it.
Mm.
So
True.
it's just
Yeah, you
easier
are
for the it's just easier for the streamer, in my opinion.
right. You can hear Eli frantically typing to Lewis to mod him up. Well, he did make it a thing that he had to literally be modded before he'd even appear on his chat. It was quite clear he'd been talking to Lewis saying, well, I ain't come on there unless I'm modded because I can't ban everybody. That was literally his
Right.
forte before he did it. He makes that
Well,
quite clear with everybody. He won't go on there unless he's modded because people will just ban people. Well, I still don't know how you grow your channel without having people in there to chat, Eli. It's got to be counterproductive to some extent. You know?
Yes, say whoever Say Drift is, yes, this is about a specific life coach. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Mostly, I mean, we're welcome. I think it's safe to say Raven's open to pretty much any conversation, but specifically, currently, yes.
Yeah. Sadrift, we were talking about him the other day. He's the life coach that says terrible things to people.
Yes.
He's the one that gives the terrible advice, Sadrift. And trying to life coach people that don't need it. I did see him try and life coach Poon Handler, and I did make a short video on it saying that Poon Handler didn't need Eli's life coaching. Of all people to talk to, I don't think Eli would be the best person. You know,
No.
he could life coach him and he'd be a better man and he'd do it for free. And I'm like, Eli, you couldn't sell anything to anybody. Not even for free, my friend.
Saying Eli is a real life coach is like saying I'm an Ice Cube specialist in hell. It's just not a thing.
Take care of him. Yes, exactly, Drift. Don't go to his channel. Don't watch his stuff because when you watch it, it's just a lot of going round and round. He says the same things and he kind of goes round in a loop every couple of months and he'll whine about the same stuff every stream. It's nothing new each day. You're irrelevant.
No, and he calls us the echo chamber. You know, that's
yeah, his news.
And that's what I was trying to get to him.
Like, go ahead.
Oh, I was saying that you know it's kind of like what I was saying to him, trying to get him to see today. Although I think I maybe went a little bit hard and it kind of shut him down a second. But you know, was how can you complain about the drama when you're part of the drama? You can't say it's okay to attack people in self-defense and expect them not to re-defend themselves too. You know, like he's like, well, I came at her because she was with him and he came at me. And well, okay, but your girlfriend at the time went at us too.
Yeah, Dana said as much as everybody, you know, it was all going backwards and forwards back then, and he seemed perfectly happy to join in and participate. And then it's okay for his side, and then as soon as someone starts saying something about him, like, oh, you can't say that about my girlfriend, you can't say that about me. So, well, if you're saying stuff about, you know, when you were going after JB and Anna and all that, it's the same. It goes backwards and forwards.
Yeah, exactly. You can't say, well, she came at me, so I came back at her, and then expected it to be done. That's not the way battles work. Wars aren't won because one country fires a shot and then the other country just goes, oh, well, I guess we had that coming. You know, that's not how it works. So battles go back and forth until the last person standing. You know, that's how real, you know, that's how fights work. When I go hand to hand with another man, I don't hit him one time and then call it done. I mean, I'm going to hit him until he stops swinging back.
Yeah, exactly. If you set out there and you start on somebody, you've got to expect to have a repercussion. I don't think Eli's worked out that at some point he said stuff to people, and unfortunately they're allowed to have an opinion back. Whether you choose to like it or not is up to you, but you're going to hear it nonetheless. And if he really didn't want to be in the drama, he wouldn't follow us around and go from stream to stream to find out whether we're talking about him. That's more narcissistic than us talking about in the fact that he wants to go from stream to stream to check. He's literally looking for the attention.
Well, and that's what I said to him too. Again, I'm hoping you caught the whole conversation, but I said to him, listen, you know, the way I handle people that are talking about me and Anna is we don't go there. You know, trust me, plenty of people send me screenshots. So-and-so's talking about Anna or so-and-so's talking about you. And I don't go look for the stream. I don't care. Talk all you want because talk is cheap. At the end of the day, you're not going to tell me where to meet you at to whip your ass. So, I mean, talk is cheap. Talk all you want.
Can I time Joe? Can I time Joe out for being a whiny bitch, Raven? No, Joe's. What's he whining about? You haven't got a wrench, Joe. No, you haven't got a wrench, my friend. I don't wrench everybody, Joe. I have to keep my cards close to my chest. We don't time him out yet, Gordo. Let him whine for a bit more.
See, we even accept whiners here.
What credentials do you need to be a YouTube life coach? I don't think you need to have credentials to be a life coach, but I think you do have to some kind of the tried and true Oxford PhD. I mean, anyone can technically claim to be a life coach. It's not that hard to be one, but some people just shouldn't coach. That's
I would say if any credentials are required to be a life coach, and legally there are none. There are classes you can take on how to be a life coach, but they're certificate programs. They're not actual credentials. If anything, life experience, real life experience, viable relationships, a positive mental attitude, get rid of a God complex. You can't have any kind of a God complex or it's about me. A personality would help.
Yeah, likable personality, someone to share conversations with that doesn't necessarily judge you, Sadra.
But I'd say all in all, just general life experience, you know.
Sadrift, he'd like to say he's I think he said earlier on Lewis's that he calls himself a relationship coach more than anything else because he has experience, but the only experience he actually has at the minute was women have left him or cheated on him. And that's experience in some respect. But to then say, well, I can basically teach you how to get women and I know the dating world, he's not doing very well, Sadra.
Now, since we know he watches, I'm going to offer Eli a bone here, okay? I am going to offer him a little bit of a bone. Stop trying to be a relationship coach and be a grief coach, man. He obviously handles grief very well, the grieving stages fairly well. He's obviously not a man that's afraid to cry, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's perfectly fine. But I think if he would change to, say, a bereavement coach, someone to help give you positiveness through a loss, whether it be a loss of a relationship, a loss of a loved one, I think he would probably be pretty good at that. He's had a lot of loss in his life. I will give him that. You know, he lost his dad and he's lost every girlfriend he's ever had. So I'd say he has enough experience with grief that he could probably help with that. But as a viable, quote, life coach, no.
Can you just talk for a minute? My son's just called me.
Okay, how about now?
Can you just...
Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. I got you.
Thank you.
That's fine, Raven. Sorry, like I said, I was driving. I can hold this down. I see Kool-Aid Jimmy in almost every random stream. Yeah, Jimmy gets around with us. You know, he rocks with us. He goes into a lot of random streams. He seems to be an all right guy. I mean, I don't know nothing about him personally. Guys, I am on like a 30-second delay with your comments. So if you are saying something now and I don't answer you for a little bit, please don't take it personal. I'm on my phone, and StreamYards on your phone really sucks. So, but no, life coaching is simple. I think I did a pretty good job of handling myself in a professional manner, despite the fact that I hate Eli. that is vitally characteristic of a good life coach, is whether you like a person or not. Because you know, when I went to school and was doing my clinicals as a relationship psychologist, I didn't like every client we had. As a matter of fact, there were quite a few that I really just couldn't hardly stomach. Their problems were what I would consider minuscule compared to real world problems. They had money, and of course, so a lot of the real world problems that people face and relationships face is about money. It is one of the top things that actually can end a relationship is money problems. um, I'm from Indiana originally, currently living in Ohio. That's about where I'm from. um, but I've traveled the world with the United States Army. I've traveled some on my own, freely on my own. I traveled the country, but you have to be able to have real world problems and have experienced real world scenarios to be any kind of a psychiatrist, psychologist, a coach. Um, Now with psychiatry, I think it is a lot of book learning, but with psychology, you have to be able to read people. You have to be able to understand situations. And how can you be a life coach, a relationship coach specifically, and never have had a successful or semi-successful relationship? So, are you back, Raven?
Yeah, I'm just back. My son was calling me.
No, it's
It's
perfectly
always
fine.
he was
And yeah,
picking out the color of his controller that he wanted, that I'm going to order for
oh,
tonight for him.
awesome. Awesome. I'm
He was
glad.
picking
Hey, I'm really
out
glad we could do that. I again, we're not hurting. We're not rich by any means, but we've got kids, and like I said in the chat, it's kind of hard to express the emotion with text. But
yeah.
I've come from a very poor family. My mom worked 3 jobs, was home 4 hours a day. I basically raised my brother. And there were days where mom would come home and make dinner and not eat because there wasn't enough food for us kids and her. She would
Yeah.
always say, well, if there's anything left, I'll eat. If there's anything left, I'll eat. But my mom made it fun. Like, I didn't realize how really poor we were until I was in my 20s looking back on my life. And I was like, wow, mom, did you do this because we were poor? Like, she came home one time, she goes, guess what's for dinner, guys? We're going to have mom's favoriteest sandwich when I was your age. And we was like, really? What is it? It was a cheese sandwich, like just cold cheese on bread with mustard. And to this day, I still eat cold cheese on bread with mustard. And it wasn't because it was her favorite sandwich. It was because we were so poor that's
Yeah.
all she could afford at the grocery store. And she got the mustard in packets from one of the waitressing jobs she had. Now, this was before she became a union, or before she went to college and became a union steward, and then eventually the president. Not that I advocate unions, but that's what she was. My mom is very liberal in her politics and in her life. So, but and that's where me and her clash, because I'm very conservative and very much so.
Yeah, I've had a rough 24 hours. It's been really rough the last couple of days, and as I said in the chat when you donated, a mummy always likes to say yes to their children, but then when he messaged me and said, "Mummy, my remote's broke, can you help me?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, son, I'll fix it. I'll sort it." And then I
Yeah.
was like, "Oh my
No, I
God,
get it. Like,
how am I going
I
to do
remember,
this?"
and that's where I was going. That's where I was going. There was plenty of Christmases. If it wasn't for my grandparents, me and my brother wouldn't have got Christmas. And that's a very disappointing thing, or birthday presents or anything else.
My nan
It's
and
very
granddad,
disappointing to a child.
my nan and granddad
Um,
used to say Christmas every year for my parents as well. I've lived right on the breadline, so I
and
always then wanted to give my son more. I wanted to give
right.
him, you say, a better upbringing. And when he
I
comes to me,
haven't, you do what you got to do as a parent. I
I
haven't
want
always been lucky either. Like there's been plenty of times I've been dirt floor poor. I had to look my girls in the face when they were 6 and 3 and say, sorry girls, no Santa Claus this year, no Christmas this year. He didn't stop at our house. Well, why not, Dad? We were good all year. And there's just a heartbreak in their eyes. As a parent, it's very disheartening. And me and Anna are doing well. Our kids are well taken care of. We had the extra in the bank, and I went, let's help this woman and her child. Let's just do it. We wasn't looking for a grandstand applause or anything like that. We wanted to help you out, and not even really you as a parent per se. We mostly just wanted to help your son out.
Yeah.
Our kids are gamers sometimes too, and we get it.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, he's had a rough year. We've been in lockdown. His parents split. I've moved out. He's literally become kind of recluse now with the lockdown, that he is just in his room gaming and talking to his friends. And when he broke his remote and he was like, he couldn't do it anymore, he was like, Mum, you've got to fix this. I need to talk to my friends. It's kind of his outlet. And as a mum, I was like, yeah, I'll sort it. Don't worry, son, I'll have it sorted. And then realized that I had a week to find it. And then I just started panicking. And I'm like, I'd now got to choose between helping him out or having my food for the week. And obviously I was going to give him my food and money instead. And I was going to go without. And I thought, well, I've then got to find some way of eating. And it was just a whole thing of, I so wanted to help him. And I thought the best way of doing it wouldn't be to shill or beg or anything. It was just, if I could just get him his remote, was just his remote. I just wanted to see that smile on his face in a week's time and feel a little warm inside that I'd managed.
You're a member of this community. And that's one thing about, that's one thing Eli doesn't understand. And back on him again for a second was, his community, maybe $5-10 he gets donated to him occasionally. It's not even every day, but we're a tight-knit group, man. Like, we are a tight-knit group. We have a togetherness that allows, and being who we are, most of us are either business owners or have good jobs that aren't on lockdown, essential jobs, that gives us the friendship. Like, I helped you because you're a friend, not because you're just some random person shilling some stuff or e-bagging. You're a friend, and I've seen a friend in need. I've seen not only a friend in need, but a friend's child in need. And that's what we do as a community. We help one another when that happens. So
yeah, usually I would go to my eldest son, who was, until COVID, was employed, and I'd have borrowed it off him. But with the whole COVID situation, his factory is actually closed at the minute, and it's been closed the last 6 months.
So it's one of the luxuries I have as a truck driver is this whole country can't operate without guys like me.
No, you literally are the sort of bread and butter of the whole, economy. You've got to get stuff from A to B.
Right. So my job has always been essential. And until they devise self-driving vehicles, refine them, revise them, so basically my whole lifetime, I will always be essential. My career field will always be essential. And I've got enough experience that even if they did have a massive layoff in the trucking industry, I've got 21 years experience. I'm not going nowhere. So, that's one of the luxuries I've had, I will say. Sorry, I've got spotty service, so sometimes you cut in and out on me.
Gordo says, I remember years ago being so skint having to go pinch milk bottles off people's doorsteps. Yeah, you do what you have to do, Gordo. I've gone to food banks numerous times and felt terrible for going in there and taking food that other people can have and saying, well, my situation, isn't that bad. Someone else would be better for it. And then I get told, well, don't be stupid. You've got to eat, love. Go get something. Everyone has problems, and, sometimes you have to kind of go to a food bank or
ask a friend for a favor and you may feel bad for it, but sometimes you have to bite the bullet and say, I need the help. You know, do you have some sort of unemployment for the, do I have what? Does the UK have some sort of unemployment for the people laid off? What, during Corona? They give you this pay for being off work, but my son's not entitled to it. It's called furlough in the UK. But he's not entitled to it because he hadn't been in his job long enough. He'd literally got it before Christmas, before they locked us down again. So he doesn't get anything per se at the minute. He's waiting for his factory to open, hopefully in the next couple of weeks. That's if they don't lock us down again. We didn't have food banks back then. No, Gordo, you probably didn't. Food banks are a relatively new thing. And there is one in town. And I've been to it once when me and my partner split and we first moved out and I furnished the house. I did go to a food bank and I felt guilty for even taking it from there, Gordo. I felt guilty having to go there and take food that somebody else could have had because I didn't think my situation was that bad. I had been homeless before that as well, Gordo. But I had a roof over my head. I didn't have a house full of stuff, but I still had stuff. Thank you, J-Rom. That sucks. It does suck, Saydrift. It does suck. I heard on Talk Radio UK's economy shrank 10% in 2020. This compares to 3.5 contraction for the USA. Yeah, we've suffered quite a lot in the UK. We've been in lockdown for about 9 months on and off. We were in lockdown in February. We've been in lockdown in June. We were in lockdown at Christmas. We're talking over 25 years ago. Yeah. Hang on. That's got to get back up there. Gonna have the Sucky Fund on the screen so everyone knows about it. But yeah, unfortunately, that's the way the economy is going at the minute. No food banks in 1995, Gordo. No, food banks are a relatively new thing. Nowadays, although food banks are readily available, you actually have to get a voucher and you have to go tell somebody you need help. And unless you take that first step and reach out to somebody, unfortunately, you're not going to get any help. And me, I'm kind of proud, to say the least. I'm kind of proud when it comes to taking things, like from food banks, like from other people. But my son is choosing his remote today, so thank you to everybody that donated yesterday. He's going to choose a cake as well. I'm going to look for his cake this week and he's going to pick. He's chose the fact that he wants a sponge cake, and this afternoon he's choosing the colour of his remote, which I will order tonight, and hopefully that will arrive before his birthday. And then his cake we will go pick up on his actual birthday or the day before, depending on which cake he wants. No worries, J-Rom, it's perfectly fine. Food banks have been forever in the food banks have been around forever in the States. Is that because you have more of a high rate of poverty in America? Was that you, Jay, on the panel? Yeah, it was Coach J-Rom on the panel. He has a channel that mostly trolls Eli, but he does talk about other things. His future wife, Anna, has a gaming channel, and they also have a BDSM channel called Twisted 50s. So they're a wonderful couple, and they basically made my son's birthday, and they're such a lovely couple, and so nice and dedicated to helping people. Only in the last 5 years they've become more available. Yeah. To go to the food bank in my local town, you actually have to get a voucher by calling, I believe it's Citizens Advice. So you have to tell Citizens Advice you're having a problem. Yeah, check out Coach J-Rom. Yeah, please feel to subscribe to Coach's channel. Yeah, please subscribe to everybody. All my friends in here are true and tried friends. everyone that appears in my chat, unless it's Coach Eli, I implore you to check out their channels. They're nice, good-hearted people. Most of my friends in the chat are from America, but I do get the occasional one from Australia, from Canada. Gordo is from the UK. But we hang out, we chat shit, we talk. In America, most food pantries are private, often Christian run. The food bank here is actually at the Baptist church. Yeah, the food bank in Swaffham, where I live, is actually at the food bank at the Baptist church. And if I didn't thank you, Joe, for your £5, thank you very much for donating to the channel fund of Eli Can Suck It. That will go again towards my son's birthday. I will give him the money and it will go towards him. And like I said, that if I get desperate, I will go to a food bank. I have no problems holding my hands up high and saying I need a food bank, I need help. Sometimes you kind of have to suck it up and go to a food bank, which is what I will do if that means giving my son, like I said, a birthday. Your kids, you will find, if you don't have kids or you haven't had kids yet, the kids always come first, no matter what. You give up sleepless nights when they're a baby. You give up your weekends to spend time with them. You give up every waking hour to sit with them and do homework. And then as they get older, you give up your money to them. You give up all your time to help kids. And then when it comes to things like birthdays and Christmases, you want to make it special. You want to give them that memory to have years to come. And we're being in lockdown, it's possibly one of the suckiest birthdays you can have. But we're going to have a cake. He's going to have a takeaway, hopefully. Me and my son are going to try and put our money together and we'll buy him a Chinese or pizza or something. He'll have a cake, he'll have his remote control, and he'll be the happiest little boy in the world. And it's thanks to you guys that help. And that's what a community is. If Eli's watching this, this is what a community is. We look out for each other and we help each other. I've had a really rough time recently. Like I said, I've had possibly the worst year you can imagine. But things are looking up. They are looking up inch by inch. We are slowly edging forward to better. I've spent this morning trying to sort the issue out I had with the money. I was on the phone for 3 hours. If you haven't heard a theme tune before, you've heard it when you've heard it for 3 hours, going around the same tune over and over. And then when I did get through to the first person, they put me through to a different number and put me on hold for another hour because I just love elevator theme music. And now I've tried to sort the situation. It hasn't really improved, but I've tried. And that's the main thing. You may not have sorted the situation, but I spent all day trying to sort it. Stream it and we'll come to the party if we can. Oh, cool. Yeah. I could do a live stream for his birthday. I think he's going to be here. I'm not 100% sure whether he's here on his birthday or whether he's going to be here a different day, because I'm not sure whether I'm having him for his actual birthday or his dad is, or whether we're time sharing him through half the day. But I will stream it if I can. I will try and stream his birthday. Like I said, I'm not sure if he's here on his birthday or not. Or if not, I will try and get him to come on stream on a different day, invite his friends into a virtual party. Oh, that would be so cool. I've got some good stuff at Food Bank sometimes, but other times it's like kidney beans or pinto beans. Oh, it is, isn't it? And random cans of cranberry sauce. I did go to a food bank before, and they did have some weird stuff. I did get some weird stuff in cans, but you have to be thankful for everything you get. I do have an iffy diet. So if I went to a food bank, it is quite hard to cater to my diet because I'm allergic to quite a lot of stuff. Love cranberry sauce. So Jane Rum loves cranberry. So thank you, Anna. I am so appreciative to you, Anna. I know you have kids as well, and like you said, you and Coach can appreciate what it's like to be on the breadline. And life does have a silver lining for me. It is getting better. I've had a conversation today with the Shaw Trust, who are going to help me get back to work. And they've even suggested that with my bad back, that I might actually be able to work from home. How cool is that? I could actually work from home and live stream during my breaks and live stream during my time off, and I wouldn't have to go out and rest. I threw that cranberry sauce out so far. Well, you should have redonated it, Sadriff. You should have redonated it back to the food bank or given it back to them and said, no, sorry, but I can't eat that. We'll eat pretty much anything. No, not the cranberry sauce. You can't throw stuff out, Sadriff. You should have redonated it or given it to a friend. I'm going to get help to get back to work. And they're even suggesting now, because of my back, that I can actually work from home, which will be awesome. I'll be able to use my phone and my laptop, and I'll be able to work from home in either a call center from my house, or they have loads of other options that they're looking at for me. Noted for next time. Yeah, always redonate. What happened to your back? I have a genetic spine disorder, Joe Buddy, which was made worse by an accident that happened at work about 5 years ago. And now I am an insurance liability, and I am finding it really hard to get work. So I'm having help from the Shaw Trust in the UK that help people with disabilities get back to work. And they're now looking at either having me work temporary somewhere, knowing I have a disability, or there's the possibility of me working from home using my phone and my laptop. So either a call center from home, customer service from home, working as admin from home. Working from home would be awesome. Yeah, I could sit in my pajamas and work all day. How cool would that be? And I could live stream during my breaks for half an hour. I mean, how awesome would that be? I'd be my own boss effectively, because I would work from home. I wouldn't have to answer to someone. Eli is a liability, full stop. See, maybe I should life coach and charge for it, because my advice is tip top, as you know, Gordo. It is awesome, yeah. There is a silver lining to everything. So although I have hurt my back, there is a silver lining. And the silver lining to my money problem will disappear eventually. Things, as I say, happen in threes. The money problem is one. Other problem I had today is two, which I won't go into on YouTube. But life is getting better. It is getting better. It's trying. You do a 0898 phone line. You could do an 08. Gordo, would an 0898 phone line be a sex line by any chance? Gordo, are you suggesting that I should be a call girl or a sex therapist online? Because I could just do an OnlyFans and make money from that. If you're suggesting that that is a sex phone line, Gordon, which I think is what an 0898 number is in the UK. If I wanted to earn money, I could just use OnlyFans. I had two guys in here the other day wanting to know my OnlyFans number. They were wanting to know my OnlyFans so they could get pictures of me, Gordo. It's a pervy line. See, I knew it, Gordo. I knew it was a sex line. See, I'm intuitive. Naughty, naughty, Gordo. Do you think I should do a sex line, Gordo? Will that make me money? Possibly. I could also be a call girl. I could also do OnlyFans. That would make me money. OnlyFans is really easy to make money. You get paid to put pictures up, to send texts, to phone people. you make a ton of money on OnlyFans. It can actually, technically, OnlyFans is kind of like, I wouldn't say it's porn. Why do YouTube women have OnlyFans? Why do you think YouTube women have OnlyFans, Joe? Why do you think that is? Because they make money from it. Basically, you pay these women to send you photos, to text you, to call you, and you make money. There is a lady here in the States who got her kids kicked out of Catholic school by doing OnlyFans. Yeah, I did see that. Yeah. A lot of people do OnlyFans who have YouTube channels. 0898 numbers, you remain anonymous. Oh, you'd know about that, Mr. Gordo. I think Raven should be a model for massage schools. Really? I'm not really a model, Joe. I mean, look at me. I'm kind of 30 and aging. I'm wearing pajamas in the middle of the day. I haven't even got dressed today. I literally got up this morning and just couldn't be asked. I've had such an awful day. I thought I'm going to slouch in my pajamas. I'm going to eat junk food and I'm just going to chill out. But thank you, Joe, for your interest. And thank you to Gordo for saying that I should basically hold a sex phone line, which, to be fair, pays a lot of money. I don't think you do put too badly with a sex line. I don't know if there's such a big thing nowadays, sex phone lines. I think people just use OnlyFans and Pornhub and stuff like that. Knowing how lucky we get Elo ringing it, talk dirty to me, Raven. Oh, God, no. Oh, Coach. Oh, can you believe what he's writing in there? Gordo, I might have to take your wrench away for offensive behaviour. That's whoa. Okay, if you ain't got anything to do, why get dressed? Yeah. I'm gay, but I think you're pretty even in your pajamas. Oh, well, thank you, Saydrift. That's very nice of you. Yeah, my pajamas actually say wanna pull. See? Imagine calling one of those numbers and recognizing each other. Can you imagine that? Offensive, Gordo. Yes, I'm offended, Gordo. Don't make me take your wrench. Yeah, can you imagine calling somebody and maybe someone down the street answers the phone? I mean, how embarrassing would that be? I can see what you mean, Joe. You could be calling anybody. Okay. Yeah, Gordo, be careful of your mod wrench. You've noted you wrote product reviews. I do, actually. Oh, I might have to check that out. Sorry, that's my son. I'm always offensive. You are, Gordo. We'll let it slide. But yeah, no, Coach Eli, I don't know if he'd be that desperate to phone a sex line. I'm in my 30s as well. I don't feel old. I feel older than I did in my 20s, but completely old. She's threatening me. Nah, behave, Gordo. Worse, what if you call a sex line and your wife answered? What if your wife answered? I might have to meme her. Ooh. I've never been in a meme before, Gordo. Better make it a good one. Better be tasteful. You can meme me if you like, Gordo. What's the worst that could happen? All publicity is publicity, Gordo. Joe, Ron, better than your mum answering. Damn. Oh, right in there, Joe. Just jump straight in there with that. No. Oh, no. Eee. Damn, you boys. Well, I can safely say I think I might avoid a sex line just in case any of you lot happen to pop on there. Let's be honest. If you guys ever pop on that, oh no, not the mom, no, oh, like cover your ears. Damn, just no. No is the word to that. Gordo, no, 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 no. And Coach, no. And Joe, no. I reckon Eli's mum runs a mucky line. What, to finance her empire? Hey Zero, how are you doing, my friend? You finally caught me live, Zero. I did see your messages you sent me on. You sent it to me on Twitter or Instagram or Facebook. I can't remember which. One of them three. I did see your messages. I've been so busy recently. I've had a lot on. I've had a really rough time, Zero. But I'm glad you're here. I know you had messaged me saying you were trying to catch my stream, and I haven't streamed. Well, I have streamed a lot this week. I haven't streamed a lot overall, but this week especially because this person here, Eli, caught my attention this week and needed some cancelling. We're here to help him. And if you'd like to donate to the Suck It Eli Fund, because he hates people that donates to me with a passion. Anyone that isn't donating to Coach Eli, he gets butt hurt over. By the way, you spoke donate wrong. Spell it donate. Who spelt it wrong? Ah, I didn't sort this. It's not me. Not me. Ah. There we go. Hang on, Mr. I know how to spell. Yeah, we're all so special, aren't we? All so special, Mr. Gordo. Pick on a woman for her spelling now, will you? There you go. You happy now? When are you going to do another walk stream? Show the old railway tracks and such. I actually thought about filming a cemetery, if anyone would be interested. Yes, it's okay. Love you, Zero. I was actually thinking of filming a cemetery, if anyone would be interested. Actually thinking of walking around a cemetery and filming it. Possibly. I hadn't really thought about another live stream out and about yet. I've had a really fun-packed day so far. I haven't even left the house today. It's literally gone from morning to night, and I've not even been outside. I've been stuck in all day, which is probably why my mind's a little bit there. But I thought about filming my local cemetery, if you'd be interested, Sadra. It will be, I don't even know what today is. What is today? Today is Monday. It will be sometime this week, hopefully. Fingers crossed. I have an appointment on Friday, but either tomorrow, Wednesday, or Thursday, because I have an appointment on Friday that I cannot miss. But apart from that, yeah, if anyone wants to watch a live stream from a cemetery, I have a question. Are you going to walk with purpose? I'm going to walk among the dead, Gordo. I'm going to see if I can interview a ghost. That would be cool. Well, thank you, Zero. Yeah, for sure. Perfect. So it'll either be tomorrow, Wednesday, or Thursday, and I will live stream from the cemetery. I have some data left on my phone that I need to burn off before it renews tomorrow. And it's all right now she's wearing pajamas with purpose. Yep. I have a purpose in everything I do, Joe. But yeah, if you want to see that, I will arrange that in the next 3 days. And then I have an appointment on Friday. And then I don't know. I haven't decided from that. These live streams, Zero and Saydrift, are literally on the fly. I live streamed earlier for an hour because I had an hour spare. And then I thought I would live stream now for a bit because I had some free time and because I wanted to a meme with a purpose. Now you're getting it, Gordo. A meme with a purpose. Perfect. Now we're getting somewhere. You can meme me all you like, Gordo. I've never actually had a meme done on me before. Amazing that. How did you get on with my artwork, Gordo? Will that artwork work, or have I got to send you a different picture? I didn't know if that would work or not. If you want to message me in private about it, then be my guest. But if the artwork doesn't work, Gordo, I will send you a different picture. But the picture I sent you is perfect for my channel. It's 43 degrees and snowing. What the fuck? You've got snow again, J-Ron. To meme or not to meme? That is the question. That is the question, Joe. And I think Coach Eli is literally been memed to death. I'm sure there aren't any memes left out there for him, but I'm sure his cuckery will produce some more. Okay, have a nice day. I'll keep an eye out for a cemetery thing. Thank you, Saydrift. Love you too, my friend. I love all my guys in my chat. I am such a whore like that, Saydrift. I shill to make money. But I do have an OnlyFans, Saydrift, and an Instagram and a Twitter. If you want to stalk me like all these other men. I'm joking. They don't stalk me. I'm alone, really. But thank you for stopping by, though. You are new to my channel. I don't know if you have a channel yourself, but I'm going to check you out once I've finished. Because you've come to my stream a couple of times. Eli provides constant memes. He does. I'm such a whore. You have to whore yourself out just slightly on YouTube. But yeah, if the picture doesn't work, Gordo, I can change it. You'll just have to let me know and I will look up another one. But I think the picture I picked for my banner is perfect. I think it works really well. And I have to, haters will always hate no matter what you do, right or wrong. Exactly, Zero. And unfortunately, there are some bad eggs on YouTube and they just won't go away. They are literally like a bad smell. They just go round and round on YouTube, you know, putting their poison everywhere. The only place I actually spit poison about people I don't like is on my own channel. I've never gone to anybody else's channel on their live streams and said bad things about people on their panel. I've never gone on a panel other than my own. I've never gone to Riley's or Jamie's and asked to come up to bash other people. I never have. I've always done it on my own channel. And I don't know if there's a reason for that. I do feel more comfortable saying things on my own channel, on my own live stream, than I do going on somebody else's. Raven is sending Gordo tiddly pics, whatever next. Ha ha ha. Funny. Am I sending you tiddly pics? Ooh. You're adorable. I'm only on Twitter. I've never been on Instagram or OnlyFans. Lol. Okay, bye. Well, you can follow me on Twitter. I am at the Midnight Raven on all my social media. So you can just find me by typing that. I'm adorable. Oh, I'm adorable. I love the fact that I'm adorable. My persona is working. I'm usually a cold-hearted dominant, and today I'm a cute little kitty going. Gordo, I think you're projecting. Okay, you can't project, Gordo, or you get the eject. You're gonna have to take that wrench off you because you're projecting your insecurities, Gordo. You're projecting. It's okay. Your secret is safe for me. Yeah, we have to have secrets on here, Gordo. We have to do behind the scenes. Don't forget behind the scenes, Gordo. Because if we don't talk behind the scenes, then what content would Eli have if we're not planning and scheming? We have to plan and scheme, okay? We have to have secrets. Because if we don't have secrets, then Eli can't have conspiracies. And if he can't have conspiracies, then he has nothing for his channel. So we have to give him content, Gordo. And then we get to laugh at him because he's totally way out of left field and getting it totally wrong. Imagine her son listening to the stream. He'd be like, what the fuck? He probably would be. But my kids know who I am. So, by the way, Joe, if you want a picky, there are $2 a pop. Yeah, you'll have to shill like everyone else. That's what we do on YouTube. We shill for that dough. See, that's the problem with Eli. He goes against people and loses and just doesn't stop. Me, on the other hand, I don't even try. I literally sit here and talk, and that's literally what I do. I don't target anybody as such. The Eli Can Suck It Fund is basically just sticking it to him. And the only reason that is because it annoys him. No one else is allowed to live stream. You're not allowed to talk behind the scenes. You're not allowed to get donations, or he gets butthurt by it. You have to make a living by any means you can. Yeah. I always have wanted to do cryptic. You've always wanted to do cryptic videos. You can do anything you like, Zero. I do virtually anything on my channel within reason. It's cheaper than El Chungus. Little Chungus. She wants $50. $50? That she must be pulling out the big guns there to charge $50. Damn, that's a lot. I mean, you could charge that on OnlyFans if you really wanted to. You could charge $50 on OnlyFans, but you're kind of cutting off the people that would pay you, Gordo. Lol, as if I would pay that weirdo's pics. I know who you're talking about. Oh, okay, now. Little Chungus, I get what you mean. Yeah. Well, you know, some people will stoop to that level. I never sent a pic for money, and OnlyFans is technically a bit of fun. Probably my son again. Have a look. Chungus claims to be for real hermaphrodite. She hasn't got big ums to pull. Oh. Ooh, members only content. We do like that you're keeping us in the know, Riley. I do like Riley. I'm not into that. No, me neither. That's a bit too far. Some people are just weird. Perfecto. I do like Riley and his members only stuff. Golden. People that get mad because you get paid for your videos is because they can't monetize their own content. I'm not monetized, Zero. This might surprise you, but I'm not monetized yet. I have enough views. I have enough subscribers, but I don't have enough watch time, which is what I'm trying to do at the moment. I'm trying to get my watch time up, and I'm getting there. I'm getting there slowly. But to get my watch time up, I really need to live stream some more, which is what I'm doing. I finally come to the conclusion that I need to have content and live streaming and combine the both so that I can get my watch hours up. But if you know anyone, Zero, that would like to watch my channel, you can tell everybody about it so I can get my watch hours. Raven can target the incel community. Can I now? Ooh. But yeah, I'm not monetized, Zero. I have really good content and really good videos, and I kind of hold myself well on a live stream, but I'm not monetized yet. You just need to dress the part. Well, I mean, in fairness, when I did my live streams the last couple of days, I was dressed really well. Today, I'm just not feeling it. pajamas it is. I'm sorry, but I've had a rough day. Like I said, I've been up really early. I've been on the phone all day. I haven't left the house. I've made no effort whatsoever for a stream, and I don't care. I don't care how I'm dressed at the minute. Yesterday I was dressed all nicely. I had my hat. I was dressed nicely, and today I'm just not feeling it. Yeah, that's the hardest to get. How do you, to get? And do you have super chat? Because mine has never been on. No, I don't have super chat because I'm not monetized. I'd have to have super chat to get monetized. I'd have to be monetized to get super chat. You have to be monetized to get super chats and members only. And unfortunately, I don't have enough hours to be monetized, so I don't qualify for super chats and I don't qualify to have members. So I use, as you can see in the chat when it pops up, I have my PayPal instead for now, so I can still get donations for the time I put in. Because obviously, as everyone says, YouTube is a business, and sometimes you have to shill a little, basically. And yeah, the hardest part is getting monetized. I'm trying, but yeah, I can't get super chats or members unless I'm monetized. Once you're monetized, you can get both. You should totally unlock your Zero. Your quality of work and videos are really good, but you do find that people super chat you when you live stream. And people will join members if you're going to do members only content. Like you could do reviews that only your members see, and obviously you do a lot of reviews on your channel, so that would help you. And it would also fund you buying more models as well. See, I give life coaching advice. She has all these incels and subs and donating, no doubt. Wow, maybe. Check out this channel called Respectfully Ronan. Okay. You want me to go and infiltrate behind the scenes? Respectfully Ronan. All right. Respectfully Ronan. Uh-huh. Okay. Respectfully Ronan. I will write that down, Joe. I will take a look, my friend. Anything that's going to help me. Super chat is weird because I have everything other. Well, super chat is weird because I have everything other than that. Super chat, it keeps saying, is not available in my location. If you can't get super chats in your location, Zero, maybe you should think about Cash App or Venmo or using PayPal to get donations. Just create another account and play your videos on a loop. There is that, Gordo. She flashes a bit of skin. She flashes a little skin here and there. It's not much. The incels love her because she talks to them. All right. You got to flash a little bit of skin. Well, that is possible. I do have some more risque clothes that I could wear, but I've never thought of feeding into YouTube as that kind of shilling scenario. Yeah, I might have to do that, Gordo. I need to get some more watch hours, unless I'm going to sit here like Eli and talk bollocks for 4 or 5 hours, 2 or 3 times a day. Yeah, Tarraven. And yes, I'll be doing even better videos. And now that I bought a new laptop, ooh, lucky you. Mine's still broken. My laptop still doesn't have a screen. This is actually the TV that I'm filming on. My laptop screen is still broken, and it's been 2 years. Give me a round of applause for that. I still haven't fixed it. My screen is still black. So my laptop is actually hooked up to the TV because I haven't fixed it yet. It costs money, see? and I haven't chilled enough to fix my laptop. If Raven talks about nothing all day, would that make her a life coach? Maybe I could be a life coach. I mean, it's not exactly like me and Coach were talking about earlier. It's not like you have to be qualified to be a life coach. I could literally just say I was, and it would be perfectly fine. Pretty much, Joe. Well, thank you. I'll be life coach Raven. Perfect. I think you have a winner there, Joe. My lip is so sore. My whole body is falling apart. It's being in all the time. My skin is drying out because I haven't been outside. The weather is horrendous here. It's hot 1 minute, it's cold the next, then it's snowing, now it's hot again. It's no wonder my whole skin is falling apart. Aging sucks, it does, doesn't it? My whole body is literally falling apart. I have literally wrinkles holding wrinkles. But I'm still young, apparently. I'm still a spring chicken. I can't read a thing without glasses now. I'm half deaf, Joe, so I kind of beat you on that one. I've got a bad back, which is great. That's why I have to keep sitting forward and back. And I'm half deaf. I have 25% in this ear and 50 in this ear, and I'm half deaf. So perfect. So yeah, I'm falling apart, and I'm only 36. She needs some special cream, Joe. Do I, Joe? Do I, Gordo? We are getting risque tonight. Yeah, a lot of money. I bought mine after over 10 years of not having a laptop. I got the Apple MacBook Air M1. Should get it tomorrow. Woo! Are you going to do a fancy unboxing, Zero? Because that would be so cool. Are you going to do an unboxing? Because I can't afford an Apple Mac. I have an HP laptop, which is about say my laptop's maybe 6 years old. About that, I don't know. I've had my laptop quite a while. I think you should give Gordo a wrench to me. I think you should give Gordo's wrench to me. I won't say naughty stuff like him. He has been a naughty boy today, hasn't he? Gordo is pushing the naughty envelope. I love the banter between you two. You two are so sweet. I do try and keep my chat clean. If you want to have some more risque talk, obviously you have Twisted 50s with Coach J-Rom and Anna, where they talk about BDSM, where I'll actually feature at some point because they want to hear the opinions of a dominant woman. I think Joe should just shut up. Well, that's your opinion, Gordo. And if Coach Eli has anything to go by, advice gets thrown around and you can either take it or not. And I don't know. Yes, I'll have an unboxing and show off what my recording setup is like. Oh, you go, Zero. You show that money. I'll definitely watch that, Zero. And then I can sit there and be jealous. Yeah, that's just my opinion. Okay. Hey, Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid Jimmy. I love your little logo, Kool-Aid. Your little smiley face. Look at you grimacing there. Who doesn't like a smiley face? Okay. But I'm sure Coach Eli will go to life and do some monotone blog reading bore fest that we'll all tune into. Jimmy is everywhere. He is everywhere. I've already seen Jimmy twice today or 3 times today. To be fair, I'm everywhere as well. I always get told that I'm in everybody's chat. Like I was in Riley's, and then I'm in Coach's, then I was in RJ's, and I am told I am everywhere. I was in ODN stream earlier watching him. I've got eyes and ears everywhere. I want to stay up for Lauren's birthday. It's brutally Lauren's birthday today, and she's going live at like 9 p.m. whatever time it is over where she is. And I don't know if I can stay up to watch it. I think Joe is projecting because he's jealous he doesn't have a range. Come on, boys, play nicely. Don't make me take your wrench, Gordo. And don't make me give Joe one either, Gordo. You two fight between yourselves and we'll just be like Eli. We'll just stand in the background and watch the fur fly. Meow, kind of thing. We'll just watch the fur fly between the two of you. Because that's what you do. If you're Coach Eli, you just stand in the background. Your chat is pretty clean, honestly. I keep getting some guy posting links to graphic material. Are you getting porn bombs, Zero? Every time I post videos and multiple accounts. This is playing nicely. Joe, don't you know only Brits get spammers? Oh, I don't know about that Kool-Aid because Coach has one. Riley has one. Jamie, I think's got a wrench in my chat. He's not UK. I think the only British person is Gordo, apart from Gemma. Gemma's got one. Gemma Journey Grace has got a wrench. Gordo has a wrench. I think everyone else is in America. Lycan has one. Riley has one. Coach has one. I think Anna has one. I do give wrenches out when I know people very well. Kool-Aid with truth bombs. Truth bombing me today, Kool-Aid. Oh, that stung. Oh, we have some Coach Eli realness in the house. Exactly, Kool-Aid. We have some realness in the house. Those motherfucking truth bombs. You know, we have to be like Eli. Unfortunately, I don't have a flat cap to look like a complete dork. And my advice is pretty good. So, yeah, you know. But I don't know what else to talk about. I've been live streaming for 2 hours. Thank you to Joe for donating to the Eli Can Suck It Fund, which is perfect. You admit it. You don't like Joe the minute. No, I didn't say I don't like Joe. I said I didn't know Joe. Sadly. My setup is not really that special. I did spend time learning how to edit and color and correct my videos. Yeah, I don't do that, Zero. I haven't got time for that. I record all my reviews and unboxes on a GoPro. You have a GoPro Hero 7? I'm in the wrong profession, Zero. How do you afford that? What do you do for a job, Zero, to have that kind of money? Curious. She's lying, Joe. You two are so funny. What do you do for a job, Zero? Because GoPro Hero and a 7 one. Oh man, I'm so jello. I'm so jealous. I'm very jealous, actually, Zero. Like, sad face jealous. I'll have a sad face in a minute. I'm jealous. How do you make that kind of money? Are you a gangster? Are you in the underworld? Do you have an OnlyFans? This is need to know information, Zero. I need to know how you are funding your laptop and your GoPro. I need to know because I need to be doing it. Hopefully I'm going to work from home eventually. That is the plan, apparently. I'm going to work from home. I already have a desk. I just need to fix my laptop and then I can work from home, which would be really cool. Might have to get a landline, possibly. Might have to get a landline phone. That might be the only downfall. Which I actually do have the internet, but I might have to have a landline and then it's going to cost me more. I'll put the price up by about, I don't know, landline's probably £15 a month. Which would be fine because it'd be working anyway, which is going to be good, hopefully. But yeah, how do you earn that kind of money, Zero? Because I need to know. I need to be earning that kind of money to afford a GoPro. I could only dream of owning a GoPro. I actually film off my phone, which is a basic phone as such. I can't afford a decent phone. Let's be honest. Can't afford one. I'm cheap. I'm cheap. What is my phone? I don't even know what my phone is. I have a Motorola, a cheapy Motorola. So that's what we're looking at. Who's your internet provider? BT. My internet provider is BT, and as you can see, my internet doesn't cut out at all. Unlike some people's, mine's quite good. I wish Eli's had cut out sometimes, and we wouldn't have to see him. But he has 1,000 up, 1,000 down. You know, lavish thing. I have BT. I have the new BT hub, whatever it is. I have the latest hub, Gordo. I've paid for the latest hub because I live in a flat, and it's not the best internet around here. But with the fancy BT hub I have, which is kind of nice, I get really good internet, and it doesn't cut out very much. I don't know what the quality is like on here or whether it cuts out sometimes, but it is quite good in internet, I have to say. One thing I do pay for is my internet. My job is nothing's but I just manage what I make off YouTube and not overspend. It's taken me 2 years to get the setup that is right now, aka tax returns help a lot. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. So you don't do anything special. Fair enough. Cool. Well, maybe if I can work to get my channel monetized, then I can use the money to put towards fixing my laptop. That would be good. I'm with Virgin, total crap. No, I've always been with BT. Even when before I moved here, I was with BT as well, and the internet was quite good where I used to live. It wasn't perfect, but I did get service. Or when I live stream from my phone is Vodafone. It's not the best. I'm on Tesco, sorry. Vodafone would be the better service to have around here, but I'm on Tesco Mobile. I was going to get Vodafone because that's what my ex was on, and it made it cheaper to call my son. But the signal here is actually better on Tesco, amazingly. But yeah, you should definitely try Vimeo or Cash App, Zero, or set up a PayPal if you want donations to your channel, because you do put a lot of time and effort into your videos and reviewing them and editing them. You should get something from it, Zero. So try putting a Cash App, a Venmo, or Vimo, whatever it's pronounced, PayPal in the description box, and see if you can get some people to donate, because I'm sure your content people greatly appreciate and would definitely send you some money, Zero, especially when it helps you to buy more cool models. But I've been live streaming for 2 hours, and I think I'm going to cut it there. I've had a wonderful evening. Thank you to Joe once again for the £5 to Eli Can Suck It Fund. Thank you to Zero. Thank you to Gordo. Thank you to Sharpshooter. Sadrift. Thank you to Coach J-Rom for coming on the stream. Annabelle for being in the chat. Who else did I miss? Sharpshooter came in earlier. I think Riley popped in at one point. So you guys are amazing. I love you all. The best thing you can do with your YouTube channel, investing it back to the channel. Yeah, exactly. Once I'm monetized, I will quite happily do that, Zero. If you want to see more from me, remember you can like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram at The Midnight Raven, or you can follow me on Twitter. And I will probably go live Wednesday, Thursday, or maybe tomorrow at the cemetery. If you want to see that, Hopefully it will be sometime around midday, mid-afternoon. I'm not quite sure, but I will live stream from a cemetery this week if you want to see that. And I will see you guys all very soon. Have a wonderful evening. I love you all. Take care. One thing I'm doing is uploading videos to BitChute. Okay. Message me on Instagram or Facebook, Zero, and we'll talk some more. Okay? I love you all. Good night.